And hello, Star Wars players. Welcome to an extremely special and exciting event. As always, I am Dan Tartagleone, also known as D Tartag1. The man next to me is Mr. Timo Dusel. Timo, how are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Uh,
Yeah, go on.
so, are you excited for this?
Sure, I'm very excited for this, and can't wait. Can't wait for it. Really, I want Europe to win the cup. So I also try to not sleep that much before that I look a little bit older because Pironi said I look too young. So maybe I can't see the table.
Yeah, I think it was up for a second, but yeah. So for those who don't know what is going on right now, this is the Outrider Cup Finals, essentially. Team USA and Team Europe are both tied at 6 games apiece. The winner of this match will win the entire thing. We have Joe Olson versus Bastian Winkelhaus. Both the captains said that they wanted the ball, essentially. And this is going to be it. So,
Yeah,
Timo, I know you like.
So both sides will be played probably back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think the last 5 World Championships are on the line here.
Last
Last
3.
4, last 5.
Last
3.
4. Last 4.
Yeah, Bastion won 18 and 19, I think. 2021 was Joe Olsen.
Yeah, Joe won. So Joe won his first match. Joe won 2 years ago, the online Worlds during COVID. He also won the most recent one in
basically
Virginia.
The Nationals 2.0 was no Worlds.
And then Bastion won over in Europe and in New Jersey. And what's nice is these players both faced off in the OCS first round. Bastion was the number 2 seed for the OCS. Yeah, he said he wanted Joe Olson, and he got Joe Olson.
And he beat him.
And he beat him. Okay, it looks like Joe has a table ready. He's going to be playing Darkside first.
So, I'm curious to see what deck he's playing. I know Bastion decks, but let's see first.
So we got a lot of people rooting, or we got some people in the chat already. We got Ryan Saracen rooting for Team USA. Miguel is rooting for Team Europe. Again, you are part of... Huh? He was on Team Europe, yeah. Okay, it looks like the match is set. The game is ready. Let's get into it. And here we go. Joe playing Darkside. CCT versus Quiet Mining Colony. Ooh, this is going to be exciting. I like this. Joe playing CCT. Bastion playing Quiet Mining Colony. Why Quiet Mining Colony?
Yeah, he thought Joe Olson probably will play Reality Ops again. And maybe wanted to showcase that, yeah, Joe got lucky against Crypto. But now, I'm not that familiar with that matchup. Maybe the chat knows who's favored.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Joe, Bastion has his Jabba's Prize, the V version, so Corn Horn is frozen. Joe going with the standard start of for CCT. Boba Fett's blaster rifle. He got the dungeon in hand and Slave One Saber of Fear. Bastion going with the standard Belden Zai combo, keeping the Empire out forever, and Walkling. There's the grabber for Joe.
Both will have their pulls, and the good thing is, normally CCT is not that fast, and that's also a problem for QMC, that it's not that fast.
No, I mean, CCT can be fast, but the thing is, so it's going to come down to the way I see it is, one is Bastion playing the, not the bar, what's the alien effect? I can't remember for the life of me right now. If you have 5 aliens on the table,
I know what you mean. The ancient watering hole.
Yes, ancient watering hole. If he's playing that,
I know a name of a card.
I mean, there is a first time for everything, Timo. Okay, there's the
let's hope he misses his chamber pull. Very fine.
Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm excited for a good match, but at the same time, like, why are you saying that you want him to miss his audience chamber?
Why not? I mean, let's hope for a good start for Bastion, bad start for Joe Olson.
Okay. Okay, there's Boba Fett. Now, Joe has, I don't know if he took the He's All Yours Bounty Hunter V into his hand. He did not. Yeah, he didn't. He did not. So I assume he just doesn't need the. He doesn't need the free movement with it. He does have 3 force though, so I mean he could theoretically use the 2 force and then Scum and Villainy early on.
I can't believe it. These starting hands of Joe Olson, like against Crypto.
I still think though this match is going to come down to the bestman system, and my reasoning for that is so CCT does not normally have the same space that Court does. You sometimes the 3 big ships that you see are like Slave 1, Ellison Hinthra, and Guri in the Stinger. Okay, we had a revert.
Really good.
Joe asked for a revert, and he got it.
So that's 1-0 for Bastion for giving reverts.
I mean, Bastion gave a revert in one of his games.
He gives the reverts.
Or no, he asked for a revert.
Okay, yeah, but as here it was not meant to be that shield, so it's a no-brainer to give that revert.
Okay.
And also, I think Bastion, it was a no-brainer that he wanted to deploy his character not at this side, but they look quite familiar. It's not that that it was a mistake. It was just so. To being not neutral in the press box, I mean, I'm not getting paid for this, so I don't have to be neutral.
Okay, so Joe was able to flip by moving Boba Fett over. He did have any methods necessary in his hand, so he drew 1, activated 1, and then drew the second card. Okay, here we go into Bastion's first turn. He is going to reveal the the Overseer and Hark Seth, so they're going to deploy -1 into the system. There is Joe using the Carbonate Chamber console to activate 1. You know, I've seen this match played a few times. I've been on with this match. I will say this, like, I know Matt Lutz played this exact same match versus Batmouse at Worlds. Matt ended up losing that match as the CCT player. I highly doubt Bastion is playing Batmouse's version of the deck. But if he is, wow, that would be crazy.
So Dan, the chat says I'm a little bit quiet, so maybe...
I turned you up.
Good. I don't think he knows Batmouse's deck.
The deck list is out there.
When did Batmouse play it?
Worlds. He played it against CRG at Worlds on stream.
Maybe. But usually Bastion does his own stuff, his own builds, so we will see.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, nobody plays a Batmouse deck. Okay, so there's the Overseer and Hark Seth. Bastion does have the Upper Plaza Walkway out. Okay, there's Twas Ka.
One flip.
Yep, he does. He does accomplish the turn 1 flip. Twas Ka and Yakskit will allow him to flip.
Bastion has a lot of spies, but he has to relocate interrupt, so
okay,
it's probably fine.
You would assume he has one. I think Joe is going to focus more on setting up his audience chamber, getting out Duro and IG-88. If he didn't get them in his hand, I mean, he's already draining for 1. Or, I'm sorry, he's draining for 2 next turn. There's the battle plan. So if Joe wants to drain, he's going to have to pay 3 to drain for 2. Joe already has 3 shields on the table. Bastion has 2.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem for CCT at start, to get his activation out. So if he pays to train, he's at he would be at 8 force with the 1 force left. Then his druid. He can't land the ship now. He has no docking bay, so he can't move his Hug-Sev around. That's what did cost Crypto the game.
Yeah.
That he got kicked out of space turn 2.
I mean, we know that Joe has a ship in his hand.
Did he pull the...
He's got the Slave 1. Yeah, he has Slave 1 in his hand.
I hope he plays a lot of anti-mains cards, a lot of disarmed and this other interrupt,
well, I mean,
which cancels that you can't target with weapons.
Okay, so Joe activates. He's got 11 force to work with this turn. Let's see if he decides to drain for 2 here. The chat is figuring out that Bastion is... They think that Bastion is playing the Ancient Watering Hole version of the deck. I mean, he's got 3 aliens of different species on the table already. Okay, Joe's still thinking about if he wants to drain or not. He pulls his Fanfare Shield. Interesting. This tells... Okay, so he's going to look through his deck. This tells me that he doesn't have... He wants to make sure that IG-88 or Duro are in his deck.
Oh, yeah. So, I wonder... He could have kept Scum and Villainy into hand, relocate, then try to deploy it to verify his deck, and then deploy it from hand.
I also want to think it's maybe he doesn't want to... He wants to know if he activated and where they're at.
Yeah, but he could have done that if he wouldn't have deployed Scum and Villainy.
Ooh, Tatooine Maul in his deck. That's interesting. Okay, Joe is going to drain for 2.
So if he plays Tatooine Maul, what do you think Bastion is playing?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Maybe
did he put him on QMC
I was going to say no. Y4 Ops. Like, you got to think he's playing Y4 Ops. So Joe did say in the chat he was needed to make sure about Duro and IG-88. Okay, Bastion loses a Path of the Least Resistance and Cloud City Celebration off the top of his deck. Oof. Losing the Celebration early kind of hurts. Okay, there is Duro and IG-88.
A good start for CCT.
And IG-88 will take the Frozen Corn Horn. I'm a little curious as to see why Joe didn't move Boba Fett's blaster rifle. That is like the standard go-to with this CCT build, to put the blaster rifle on IG-88.
So Taco Bill, why you say it's a good card? Sure, it's a good card, but it's no alien, isn't it? Is he?
No, he's not an alien, but when he's on his...
Scum and Villainy. So I wonder why he's playing that.
So when he's on the Sith Infiltrator, it gets around Scum and Villainy.
Okay. On MC. Interesting.
Okay. Bastion activates. He takes a card from his force pile. So we're going to see both players taking a card from their force pile each turn, pretty much all game. That's one thing these decks have in common. Now, do we know if Bastion is playing a second Cloud City Celebration? Him losing it off the top kind of hurt.
I actually don't know if he plays 1, 2, or 3.
Well, I thought you said you know what he is playing.
What he's playing, what decks he's playing. I don't know the specific build.
Okay, that's fair.
It's constantly changing after test games, so not asking him to make a screenshot after every test game.
I would.
Sebastian takes his time with his pulls, or did he use it already?
He used it already, and then Joe took a card, so now we're into Bastion's deploy phase. Bastion has a 7-card hand at this point. Joe has a 9-card hand. Okay, there's the docking bay. So if Bastion does want to retreat down to Cloud City with Hark Seth, he could this turn. Ooh, and there's the wild card coming down. Comes down for 2 force.
The Tatooine Mall is the one where you need a ability 4 guy, don't you?
Yes. Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi, goes down to the Carbonite Chamber. And looks like Bastion is just going to pass her over to Joe.
And his fates would be nice.
Yeah, Joe has a 9-card hand this turn. Let's see if he is activating. He's going to have 11 or 13 cards to work with this turn. Does take a card with IG-88. So right now, Bastion is getting a... he's able to draw Destiny up in space. Okay, I'm assuming that Joe is going to want to drain here again. No cards in Joe's lost pile yet, so he can't retrieve anything.
What do the chat think is the favorite deck here in this matchup?
The chat really hasn't said so much yet. Okay, Joe has selected his card out of his force pile. Bill says CCT. Okay, Joe will not drain. Okay, there's the passenger deck. Silver Glen also says CCT.
Joker King says court. No, he didn't say anything.
No, Joker King's not in the chat.
It was a joke, because he always plays court. We think he always plays court, but he plays every deck.
No, he plays court.
So everybody's checking for court, and he never plays it.
Pretty much. Isn't that what happened last year in the Gem PC? You put him on court, and he didn't play court?
Can't remember.
You can't remember?
No.
I remember.
I can't remember. Did I play him?
I think you did in the finals. And you lost to him.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I played You Will Take Me to Chopper now in my deck. Could make use of it.
But Timo, you are back on your way to the finals this year. You're currently in the top 16, so congratulations to that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
here we go. We have some action. Aura Singh with Blaster Rifle, Lady Proxima, both coming down to the chamber core, the carbonite chamber. Chamber core. It's just the carbonite chamber.
So let's see if he relocates him, or if we see a fight.
So, I mean, Joe only has 4 force left. So, I mean, powered. Okay, so there's not going to be a fight. It's just Arsing with Blaster Rifle and Lady Proxima against Luke, the Last Jedi. This tells me that Joe has a Greedo in his hand, or is going to go find the Greedo to get the extra Battle Destiny. Silver Glenn is asking for Bastion to pull a shield. I'm assuming
he has
aim
nothing
high.
to retrieve, so
yeah, you don't need it yet. He doesn't have anything to retrieve. Okay, so Joe will pass turn into Bastion. Joe has a 10-card hand, 2 force saved in his force pile. Bastion will be able to drain for 1 this turn up in space.
At least he didn't forget that he has to pay the normal cost of Greedo, because he is deploy -1, but he is deploy +1
because
from the system.
Yep.
So it's even out.
Well, let's see if he does. Like, I mean, Bastion just activated, drew a card out of his force pile.
Now he drew a card.
Oh, he drew a card. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So I don't know if he did forget that.
He might have, or he doesn't have the Greedo. Okay, yeah. There's a card with IG-88,
but then he can't draw 2 Destiny.
I mean, he is powered 9 to 5 right now. Okay, there's a drain of 1 at Bespin. There goes Dr. Evazan and Ponda Baba off the top of Joe's deck. Bastion
Maybe that's why he didn't attack in the first place, because he realized too late that he's not getting the minus.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
But
he could have also a Stunning Leader.
Yeah, Stunning Leader would be good here. Ooh, Bastion going to play Don't Tread on Me.
You will see what he pulls. Answering Watering Hole. Interesting.
That's a pretty good one. Okay,
yes.
So he needs 2 more aliens to have Ancient Watering Hole on track. He's going to use Walkling.
So there is the celebration, but with a force pile pull, don't know if it's even worth playing, unless you play 3 and pull the masterful move.
Okay, there's Maz Kanata. Bastion will use her game text. He reveals the top 3 cards. Let's see what alien he grabs. He grabs Chewie with Bowcaster here. That could be good for Bastion.
So I'm a little bit disappointed about that nobody of them plays their foil shields, which they got, OCS top 16. I don't see any foil objective, no foil effect. That's really disappointing.
Okay, there's Milas coming down to onto the wild card. So Bastion now is up to
4 abilities.
5 aliens of different. Well, Mazkata doesn't add she's not an alien of different species, is she?
I mean, it's the anti. She's good against the Tatooine Maul, and he's over 7 ability now, so he's Sucker safe and Boba Fett safe.
Yeah. Okay, there's Rio. Rio is a different species. Okay, he'll put a card back into his use pile. He'll activate a couple more. Chris Kelly is with you on this game. He says that they should revert everything and bring back foils. Okay, so Bastion will move Yaxkit and Twas Ka over. Luke will move over as well. And he will draw some cards or pass his turn. So
does he... Yeah, Ansel Watering Hole is working now.
Yes. That's one of the only bad things about Maz. She does not... we don't have her species yet. But with Rio, Twaska, Yakskit, Harksef, and Milos, we have Bastion has the 5 aliens he needs. Okay, here we go. Joe will look with Lady Proxima. I'm assuming he's going to retrieve this turn.
So he saved 3. This could telegraph it's a trap.
It's a trap, multiple barriers.
Also the effect, also the interrupt for space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think we will see a first strike or something like that in CCT.
Maybe. First strike likes to play first strike, or CCT does play. Some decks have first strike in it. Some decks have battle order and first strike in it.
I would prefer the combo, I think, in CCT, because you can retrieve 2 every fight. You have to save 3 force every fight to retrieve 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you want to initiate a battle for free. Okay, still in Joe's control phase. He did take a card with IG-88. He is not going to drain. Here we go. Ellis and Hithra going down to the system. Joe is realizing he needs to fight the system to win this match. Bastion will get a Destiny to Power with the Overseer. He is getting +1 to his total with a wild card. He's also getting a +1 with the Ancient Watering Hole.
Maybe pull the shield against Guri.
Yep, there's the Stinger. Let's see if Bastion does pull the shield here.
I think it's worth it to force choke him a little bit.
Yeah, because she would come down for 6. Or no, I'm sorry. She normally comes down for 6, but on the Stinger she comes down for free. You can pull the shield to make it 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if you're Bastion, you can either you could barrier here. Okay, he does pull the Goldenrod shield, so that will make Joe use 2 force here. Yep, there's Guri. Okay, Bastion will barrier the Guri. Joe grabs that barrier. Guri cannot battle this turn.
Now he can't cancel the fight?
I don't think you want to cancel the fight if you're Bastion. You're getting a Destiny to Power. You're getting +2 to the total. Okay, Joe's going to attempt to pull a Smuggler onto the Ellison Hithra. Let's see who he grabs. He grabs Woof. No Ponda Baba yet. Oh, he plays... That's right, he plays the combo, so no Ponda Baba regular one.
So I think he has to back up with at least one more guy if he wants to attack, but I don't think he will attack.
No, not with Guri, not in the fight. You want that second battle Destiny. No escape. That will allow Joe to get his Dr. Evazan and Ponda Baba back. I'm assuming he might want to just deploy them on there for forfeit fodder.
Probably.
Now let's see if Bastion's playing Yoda, so that way both players only get 1 Destiny up in space. That would be really bad for Joe.
So I don't think he will attack.
Bastion? I think he just... I don't think Joe attacks here.
If Bastion can get Yoda, this would be really good.
For Bastion, yes.
Yeah. He still need to back up a little bit with one more ability, forfeit 5 guy or forfeit 6 guy, just in case his immunity gets cracked.
Mm-hmm.
The immunity of the wild card.
Well, I mean, Joe right now has ability immunity less than 5. The wild card has immunity less than 5. The overseer has immunity less than 6. While at Bestman, so I think
Yeah, but if he cracks the 5,
yeah,
he
if he
gets
cracks
rid
the
of
5.
Nellis.
But like I said, like if he has Yoda, he's fine. Ooh, Joe does not
Yeah.
back up in space.
So
He'll
hope.
go into his move phase here.
But we know he is probably the reacting Greedo at least.
Yeah. I'm a little curious as to why he used his no escape to get Dr. Evazan and Ponda Baba back. Okay, Joe is in his move phase. Let's see what he does here. He's going to move Aura Singh in front of Maz Kanata. And Proxima will follow as well. Now, Bastion's going to be able to do some damage next turn. He's going to get a Drain +1 at both of those sites. Joe can't do anything about the one where the aliens are. Okay, we're into Joe's draw phase. He'll draw a card. Bastion will also take a card out of his force pile.
Still,
And
Joe
they'll
has
pass
11 card hand. Bastion only 5 card hand.
Yeah, but Bastion gets like Bastion is going to have 16 cards in his or 17 cards in his force pile, so he can have 17 cards to choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Bill points it out in the chat. Draining of 3 and retrieving 2 is not bad. I agree, Bill. Okay, both players were on Bastion's turn 4. Both players have over 30 minutes left on the timer. Both players choosing a card out of their force pile.
Bastion could easily have a second barrier for the reacting Greedo.
Yep, that's a good point there, Silver Glen. Joe is currently shield busted, so we're not going to see a resistance or resistance from him. So he theoretically could path with Maz here over to the either one of the locations that Joe deployed, and then drain for 3 there. Yep, and yeah. You wouldn't retrieve 3 because the celebration has to be at, it only retrieves at a battleground. Okay, Joe loses You'll Be Dead and Zam Wessel off the top of his deck. Milos is on the wild card. Okay, no path, so again, Bastion is going to retrieve 2. And there's an imbalance combo. Bastion will have to lose 1. He loses the path he just retrieved, and he still is going to retrieve 1, so he retrieves the path again. Yeah. I think Joe did that wrong.
I think he wanted the celebration to stay in the...
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
If he plays a canceller.
Bastion did not drain with Luke that turn. Oh,
he drained with Luke.
Okay, yeah, Joe lost a hidden weapons from the drain with Luke. Okay, Dash Rendar to the north corridor. Dash Rendar V. So Bastion will activate. He puts another card back. He activates 2 more.
So he really wants to secure this side that he can cancel the force drain of Joe Olson.
Okay, Ray comes down. That will allow Bastion a use pile pool. I still think Bastion needs to get Yoda, Keeper of the Peace, onto the wild card. So, I mean, he knows what's in his force pile. He knows what's in his use pile. So, I'm thinking he could almost get the Yoda.
But if he would have had Yoda, then he would have deployed Yoda and then Rey, and not this way that he gets a bigger use pile.
Yeah. I'm thinking he had to use pile pool for the Yoda if the Yoda was there. With Dash Rendar on the field, that is a Corellian, so he gets the bonus. Okay, Solo coming down, so there's another Corellian, so he's got 6 aliens. Oh, he has the sand card. Okay, that's just as good.
Really good.
Yeah. He'll stack 2 cards on the sand card.
And there is Yoda.
He stacks a Yoxkit and a Yoda on there, so that's really good. Now he can just take the Yoda into hand next turn.
So I would attack for sure, because he will make overflow. He will make a lot of overflow.
Oh, he gets 2 Destiny with Solo and Rey.
No, he gets 1 because of Stinger, so he would plug to get his Yoda into hand and make a power to make a Destiny to power, overpower him, and he doesn't have to crack the immunity. So let's attack there.
Well, it's in Bash's battle phase. Let's see if he does. I mean, Joe's getting +3 because of Despair, so it's 16 to 15. Then you get the Destiny to Power, then you get the +2 because of the wild card, plus the 1, so you're getting +3 to your total. He does not attack.
That's...
Moves Dash Rendar over.
I don't know why I didn't attack.
Yoxkit moves over as well. I'm a little curious as to see why he's running, like moving guys away from the North Corridor. Okay, Maz Kanata moves over to the Carbonite Chamber. Luke moves over to the Security Tower. And Bastion will draw up.
So, maybe I'm missing something here. Probably I'm missing something here. But, yeah, I would have attacked.
I like this. Silver Glenn in the chat. Timo, attack, question mark, exclamation point. Of course you will.
Sure.
Why? You don't need to attack.
He gets... I want him to back up space and not to attack me on ground. So...
Yeah, I mean,
my
Joe...
guys are immune. I get a power to power. I get the attrition bonus. I get my Yoda into hand.
I mean, the chat is saying that he's sitting on alternatives. I don't think he's sitting on alternatives right now, because right now Joe is weakest up in space. He has the Dr. E combo in his hand, so I'm assuming he plays like Mara Jade with her lightsaber, and he might have a spy. If so, he could go down with the 3 of them to anywhere on Cloud City. Now the thing is, I mean, the barrier's grabbed, so that's one of the evasion that Bastion has. So he's going to need multiple stuff to get around those characters.
So maybe Bastion also doesn't want Joe to pull a system that he runs away. Maybe wants to say, yeah, I'm safe here in space. I'm staying. He's not attacking, and then.
Okay, there's Drain 2. Calthal Syndros goes off the top, as well as Menace fades. Drain of 1 at the guest quarters, but Bastion is going to cancel it with using 1. Yeah. Joe's not going to attack in space. Joe's going to run away. That's the best strategy for him right now.
Runaways? If he runs away, he gets the deploy +1. Interesting.
Joe has to battle on the ground. That's the thing.
But Bastion, of course, will have a lot of tricks
in
hand. Maybe a run, look, run. Maybe dodge, but dodge can be cancelled quite easily. You can't rely on a dodge.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, like, again, CCT does not have the best destiny. He has to draw... Joe has to draw a 5. Okay, see, here we go. Dr. E coming down in front of Rio and Twazka. This is like I said, this is the path for Joe. He has to battle on the ground. Ooh, Dengar with Blaster Card, Brian.
This is why I would have attacked in space. That he has to back up space.
Yeah, he has. I'm not disagreeing with you that he...
protect my ground by putting pressure in space on him.
Yeah, Joe just has to have a presence up in space. Like, okay, Shizor coming down in front of Maz. So, yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is the path that Joe had to take, was he has to go down to multiple locations on the ground.
So he can react with dash.
Yes. And I think you react dash over to Maz Kanata. If he's got the path, once... because you can path at any point. So if Joe fires with...
he could relocate Luke here. He reacts with dash.
Yeah. I think you react with dash, though. Yep, he's going to... okay, so Joe initiates. He does not retrieve.
He's a gangster, so he can subtract 1 destiny.
Yep. And now Bastion has destiny in this battle.
And he can subtract 1, yes.
Yeah, well, he's subtracting 1 with Maz, and then he's subtracting with dash.
Yes, I don't think he will lose anything here, hopefully.
No. And I believe his aliens are immune to attrition less than 4 because of his objective.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Joe draws a 3. His aliens are immune.
Will become a 2.
Bastion draws. 2-2. And he could redraw that with the Oxkit.
Buddy.
Nope, he'll let it go. It's a 4, so 10-4 in favor of Joe. But there's the dash Rendar. Draws a 4. So, yeah, Joe's going to lose this battle. Bastion doesn't lose anything. Joe's going to have to lose 3. Now, is he going to lose the Shizor, or is he going to lose 3 cards? I
think you lose Shiso and attack and retrieve him.
Yeah, and I think that's why Joe didn't retrieve with in the battle this turn, which Scum and Villainy. Oh, no, he's going to lose. He's going to lose Probot, Stunning Leader, and Imbalance Combo. Losing the Probot's kind of bad, because now Bastion, if he's playing Jin Urso, can just drop Jin to the audience chamber. Like, I don't know if Joe's playing Uta Guta solo. I'm assuming he is, but... Okay, here we go. Battle at the north corridor.
It's not retrieving.
Still not retrieving. That's interesting.
So let's just hope. Oh!
Joe plays Stunning Leader to exclude Huasca. That's a great move. We saw that yesterday.
But now he can relocate the other guy, can't he?
Yes. Yeah.
Or dodge. Yeah.
He could
couldn't
dodge.
have done that.
Yep.
If he would have let him. Don't know if this was the right call. If he has no canceller for the react.
He does not. Oof.
Oh man.
Wow. Great play. Okay, first of all, I'm going to say this. Great play by Bastion, great play by Joe, and great play by Bastion. Like that. We saw this yesterday. There was a match between Kevin
Yap. He has no stunning leader now. He lost both of his stunning leader.
Yep.
However, the chamber is still safe. You can't. Bastion has three cards in hand, although he gets the pull. But this was mistake, I think, from Joe Olson.
I don't think it was a
Play the
mistake
Sunday
because Bastion only had a 4-card hand. You have to think
but
he has
the
something.
pulls. You have to think that he digs for his defensive interrupts when he doesn't attack.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, this. We saw this yesterday. There was a battle between Kevin Yopp and Jeff Levine, where I want to say it was, I forget who did it, but they played Stunning Leader to just remove people from the battle, and they just, it was great.
Will retrieve 3 if it's not get cancelled, and drain for 4.
Yeah.
3 at the prison, and 1 at the other side at the upper plaza.
Okay, so he gets Lobot into his hand with Mascanada. He uses Ray to take the bottom card of his force pile. He takes a card out of his deck. He's still in his activate, so yeah, Bastion's going to be doing some damage.
But I don't know if I necessarily want to retrieve the dodge with Solo in space. But
you got to think he's got more. He's got paths. He's got other ways for getting it. So I think Bastion's in a good spot right now.
Really good, because the bigger threats are already on the table for Dark.
I mean, there's still Mara Jade with lightsaber.
Yeah, but at least no Dr. Everson.
True.
He can have a Nabrunes.
I mean, there's still P-59. P-59 does work against little aliens. Okay.
Oh, he only retrieves 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Celebration only works at Battlegrounds. But again, yep, there's a drain of 3 at the security tower.
And the good thing is, the earlier you get a Dark low on force, the harder it is for them to get a force down to attack and retrieve.
Yep. Okay, there goes Arca, Hut Influence, and a Barrier. Drain of 1 at the upper plaza corridor.
We might even see Joe Olson delivering the prisoner that next turn, because he's low on force. He needs the force. He needs the retrieval before he can't pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say this is a turn that you might want to consider battling up in space, because Joe is showing that he doesn't want to go to space. But okay, Din Djarin comes down with Maz Kanata and Dash. That's two battle destiny for him.
But he can react with Greedo now, because the Deploy +1 does not trigger.
True.
So he could have then a second destiny with Proxima.
But the fact that Maz Kanata's subtracting 1, and then you have Dash to back it up, it's not that bad. Ooh, Leia Rebel Princess coming down to blank that site. That's huge.
I don't know if I would rely on that, though.
No, I wouldn't.
A lot of threats, and he can pull.
Lobot comes down as well.
So I'm sure we will see a battle now.
We're going to see a battle. I'm assuming it's going to be at the Carbonite Chamber. Yep, there we go.
Probably see a react. Yeah, here's the Greedo.
Yep, let's see. Does Bastion have a way of canceling the react?
Nope.
Nope, Greedo sticks around.
But still, with a subtraction, he still might not be able to crack the 4 attrition 4, the immunity of 4.
And plus, I mean, you have Lobot. Lobot doesn't have any species or anything, so you're okay with losing him. Okay, here we go into Battle Destiny. 4 for Bastion. He draws a barrier for the first one. Draws a 2 for the second one. Again, he can take that into hand to cancel a redraw, cause a redraw. Nope, he'll let that one go through.
He will get rid of 2 characters, and he won't. Oh!
Oh! Draws a 0 for his first one. That hurts. Draws a 5 for the second one.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, drawing the 5 is still pretty good. I mean, it becomes a 4.
Can he redraw any destiny, or can he only redraw battle destiny?
Good question.
Or destiny. So he could he could redraw
but he draws a 4, so Bastion's not losing anything now. That hurts. Oh my gosh, that's painful to watch if you're Joe. Like, I feel bad for Joe. Okay,
she's so painful to watch. Such a nice game.
Dash Rendar V putting in work for Bastion. So Greedo and Shizor go to the lost pile.
Dash is one of my favorite cards in my old allies with the Fumbas. Because I mean you don't need the dash.
Bastion retrieved one with Din Djarin after Greedo went to the lost pile. Bastion checking out his destinies again. Again, like I said, he's going to have a destiny to power up in space and a battle destiny. So let's see if he wants to battle there. I think you do battle. Take Yoda off. Because I think the other card is Yoxkit. So you don't really need the Yoxkit.
He still doesn't attack.
Does not attack. I think the battle is to take the card off the Sand effect. If he gets Yoda, that it does the same thing as the Sand effect. Nope, he's going to move.
Chris Knuddle is right that he's in control. He doesn't need to battle, but I feel like he would force Joe Olson to pull his system from the force pile.
Jared, what do you want? Jared, what do you want to be a T-shirt? In the chat, Jared says, "I feel like that should be a Star Wars CCG PC T-shirt." Oh, why battle and fight like men in the Star Wars in the PC Spring 2020?
But probably
collection.
Bastion is watching this back and will then, send me a really angry Slack why I say you have to attack. I missed that and that and that, and then, okay.
You know what? Actually, I kind of want to get.
As long as he wins by 20 plus, I'm okay with it.
You know what? I would like to do a review of these games with whoever wins, and just go. Actually, no. I want to get both Joe and Bastion to do a review of these games with the stream. So we go back and we actually watch the games and be like, "Hey, what are you thinking when you do this? Why are you doing this?" That would be fun.
So it saves 4 force. That's quite telling. It could be another barrier, which would cost 3. It could be it's a trap. It could be the space canceller, but I don't think he is in trouble in space. Probably for Leia. Joe, if he drains on ground, he can also use the Leia to cancel the drain. He doesn't even, because he can't do it with the side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Leia by herself tells me he has a path or something. So that way, if Joe comes down with a droid here, Leia will not be hurting. I mean, Joe is going to be able to drain for 2 at the audience chamber this turn. So he's still doing some damage, and he's going to retrieve with his objective. So, but right now, life force counts are 24 to 16 in favor of Joe. Joe does have a bigger hand, though.
11. I think there is a system still in that 5.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Joe plays, what is it, Jabba's Influence?
Bash loves these games, these control games where I bet he's at home and laughing in his face, and how he's feeling the desperate in Joe's eyes, or you can't see it, but yeah.
Wow.
I can't tell it.
You know what? I mean, this is my, like, I've been wanting to play QMC for a while, but I just don't have the patience sometimes. Like, for me, I over the years, I've become a control player with Magic, so I would love to adopt it in Star Wars.
It's
but
probably
it's so hard.
Really skill rewarding with all these pulls to pull the right card in.
That's what it comes down
right
to.
Situation.
Now, I like CCT because, I mean, I feel like CCT is more of a control matchup versus the battle. But I could be wrong. At least when I played it and I was successful with the deck, I played it more of a control aspect. Same with like No Idea. I would play No Idea more as the control deck versus the battle deck.
Justin, wait till you play him in person. Is he like that? Does he enjoy the desperate in his opponent's eyes? Maybe I enjoy the suffering. Or maybe I enjoy the desperate in Bastion's eyes when I play him.
Bastion's nicer than you, Timo.
What?
Bastion is a nicer man than you.
That's not difficult.
Okay, Sebastian's going to lose. It's a hit and wild card off the top. So he's playing 2 wild cards. That's nice, interesting. There's a drain of 1 at the guest quarters. Let's see if he uses Leia here. He will, so he gets the wild card back on top of his reserve deck. The wild card is at a destiny of 2, though, so I'm not sure that's the best destiny he wants to have. Both players are shield broken at this point. Defeating Bastion is a challenge, period. I like this. We're up to like 63 people in the chat, and that's great. So again, thanks to everybody who's watching today. This Outrider Cup essentially finals match against Olson and Bastion Winkelhaus. These are the captains. Currently, like I said earlier, this is the tiebreaker match for the Outrider Cup. If Bastion wins the match, Team Europe will emerge victorious. If Joe wins the match, that will make it so that Team USA wins back-to-back Outrider Cups. I mean, we've only had 2, and if Team USA wins both, I mean, that would be.
So now it would be the time to relocate her.
Yeah. You want to do it? I think you want to do it before the battle, so Joe can't retrieve anything.
Can't retrieve and can't hit her with P59.
Well, I'm saying the retrieval is the bigger issue here for Bastion. You don't want Joe to get any sort of retrieval. You want to keep the pedal on the metal, like at this point. You want to keep your foot on the gas right now, just doing as much damage as you can, limiting Joe to as much to his force retrieval. Okay,
but
we go.
There is the battle phase.
Yep, we go into the battle phase.
Now he probably will retrieve. He has to. Yes, he pays the 2. No, it's a trap.
It's not that I'm. You know what?
So this is making me nervous now. He has to have the Huchiks at least.
Yeah. Okay, so he fires. That's going to miss Leia.
One of those 3 destiny has to be the system. If I'm not that stupid, but maybe I am.
No, you are tracking correctly.
I think it's the second from the bottom. But when I'm casting, I'm not that concentrated on tracking.
Yeah, Ryan, I can't do anything about that. There's an issue with my my PayPal. So you can have my number 1 spot.
So he draws Battle Destiny and doesn't even shoot with.
Well, he shot with P59. So
yeah,
Leia...
but he knew the next Destiny would be the system, so he decided to, because Bastion has to have a Huchiks, and if he doesn't have a Huchiks, it's still a lot of overflow.
Well, I mean, so it's an overflow of 6. So yeah, I mean that's significant here. But when your Bastion's going to be retrieving quite a bit next turn.
Although he could have had something like Rescuing the Cloud to cancel the Destiny, and then he would have drawn a 0 for Destiny. But there is the Huchiks.
Okay. So Bastion continues. Yeah, I've been on. Yeah, James, let Jared know. 31 months for me. 22 in a row.
Now it's interesting if he backs Proxima up or if he leaves. He moves away with Proxima and gives him a drain of 3 there.
I think you have to move Proxima away. You can't risk the beatdown.
Because if you don't move her away, he probably would maybe lose one because of the shooting, but still retrieve one with his Dinjarin and get rid of both probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to move Proxima away here.
Then if he moves away, he eats a damage of... Okay, he can block the non-battleground drain, but still would eat 6.
Well, the other thing is, if Joe doesn't move Proxima away, he can use 3/4 to cancel a drain. Because he now controls the north corridor. So
he
can't
cancel the drain. It's the objective.
Well, no, I'm saying he can use the site to cancel the Luke drain. Because you have to have an alien there to cancel, to not be able to cancel the drain. So you can at least cancel the Luke drain.
Just did read the card. You're right.
I was going to say, after watching, I believe it was a match between Tom Haid and Greg Shaw, I became very familiar with this objective.
So I think Bastion will attack space as soon as Joe loses now his system from the top.
Yes, I think you're right. If Bastion can knock Joe out of space, the game's over. I mean, Bastion
and he could use some characters into hand, which he would get from his sand effect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean, Bastion is going to be retrieving 2 this turn. Like I said, he can cancel the drain up in the Luke drain by paying 2. Joe is going to activate a 1, so yeah, I would use the 2 force to cancel the Luke drain. You're still losing 5 this turn if you're Joe, though. So that's kind of bad.
That's kind of nice.
Wow. Everybody is gifting. You know what? Everybody who's gifting subscriptions, thank you. Ryan Saracen, Bill, you're going to get a present after this game. You guys are going to get a pack of Hollow Theater stock cards. I actually have been making them. I have a stack of them already made, so I'll send you guys packs.
So we know the Destiny now. It's 4-4-4-5. It's 3 barriers and a path.
5. Wow.
And Joe said when he verified the deck. So
yeah, 3 barriers and a path. That's pretty good.
You have to attack in space. You get the power. You crack the immunity. You probably will lose nothing. The 3rd card from the top is the 5, so you don't want to fight against the 5.
No. Yes. Yeah, those are going to go out for all the deck building challenges. Right now, like I said, I'm making the packs, so it's not a hard process. It's just very time consuming. Okay, so there's the drain of 3 at the security tower. Again, he's going to be able to cancel that. He pays 2 to cancel.
Let's see what he loses now.
But now he's still taking 5 points of damage.
He loses the system.
Yep.
And the ship. So at this point, go for it.
Oh, yeah. The fact that he plays the space cruiser. Interesting. There's the hidden weapons. So if Joe loses off the top, I want to say the 5 is the next card.
There is the 5. The next card is the 2.
Yeah.
The Gook. But he activates the 2.
Yeah, he did activate, so... You know, Twas Cock can battle Lady Proxima now. Like, there's so many avenues for Bastion. I don't think you're going to be able to knock Joe out of space because of Guri and her 8 forfeit value.
No, but you would crushing him.
Yeah, you would crush him out there.
And at this point, it will be hard for him to make a beatdown. Marriage Aid could be a problem. I don't know if you retrieve Chisor, which could be a problem if you don't have the ability.
Well, I mean, at this point, though, how can Joe get the Shizor back? He's pretty buried. The only way that he could get him back is with the effect, and we haven't seen the effect yet.
I didn't pay attention if he retrieved it.
Huh?
I didn't pay attention if he retrieved it. Attack.
No, he retrieved Greedo. He retrieved Greedo. I know that much. He might have retrieved the Shizor, but again, he's pretty. You'd have to track him around, get him into the force pile. So it's going to be. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but at the same time, it's going to be hard.
To Eric Sprigsma, I can't pronounce the name.
Ooh, Jar Jar Binks.
He already lost 2 stunning leaders. So
okay, so yes, he did retrieve the Shizor, and he retrieved in any methods necessary. Jar Jar Binks coming down though is really bad for Bastion because now, or really bad for Joe because he can use Jar Jar, get rid of P59 before P59 shoots, and then Ayla Sakura against Dengar. Dengar doesn't draw Battle Destiny.
But we know that the last card in the force spell is the Gook, and he can pull it.
Okay, so Jar Jar Binks does his stuff. He draws a 5 for Destiny. Joe draws a 4. There goes Jar Jar, and there goes P59. Okay, Dengar is going to attempt to shoot. Draws a 1.
There he retrieved the Shizor. What did I say?
Yeah, I said he retrieved it. I corrected myself. He retrieved him in the battle last turn. Man, Timo. You need to stop drinking Coke Zero. You become wild on that stuff. Okay, Dengar attempts to fire again. Misses with Afra. Again, no Destiny for Dengar, but I mean, you essentially have power 10 there. So Bastion needs to draw a 5 to cause overflow. I believe the next Destiny should be a 4, so he's not going to cause overflow. But he is going to clear the site.
Yeah, and then he can cancel the next drain.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. I think you battle with Twas Ka. Possibly. I mean, you have... I mean, because then you could do, like, some weird stuff with her. I think it's a her. Yeah. You randomly retrieve 1. I mean, power 5 to 6. If you're tracking Joe's Destiny, he should have lower than a 4. You know you have a 4. Yeah, right now, Bastion's at 21 life force, and Joe is sitting at 14. So, I mean, it's still a pretty close game mathematically, but right now, based on the board position, Bastion seems like he's very far ahead. He does battle with Twas Ka. He predicts that he's going to win the battle. Yep, there's a 4. Ooh, Joe draws a 5. So Bastion still wins the battle, though. But Twas Ka will go away. Bastion randomly retrieves Cloud City Celebration. Okay, there goes Twas Ka. And Proxima will go away. I don't think we're going to see a battle up in space this entire game. There's no reason to. Okay, Yak Skip moves over. Rio Durant moves over as well. I'm expecting to see now. Yeah, there's no reason to move Luke at this point.
He's probably wanting to be safe from Gisor because he can pull it now, and he's not at 6 abilities, so he needs at least a spy and Gisor, and that's. We didn't see. Did we see Probot? No, we didn't see Probot. This
it went lost.
It went lost.
And he's not running Mara J with lightsaber because we saw Erica V go lost. So I'm thinking that Joe put Bastion on Legend.
Maybe.
Okay. Still in Bastion's move phase, Joe is taking his time thinking about what he wants to do.
So he gets to 6 ability, and there is also the reacting dash, which could move there also. And if he goes down with Shizo, he could again subtract 1 destiny. If
but
he
like you
attacks
said,
Luke,
though,
he has
I mean,
to save at least 2 destiny because he can withdraw.
He needs a spy, and he needs Shizor. I mean, it's going to be hard. It's possible, but I don't think you want to do that if you're Joe. I mean,
he's totally safe at this stage. He will drain for 2 at the chamber,
and that's
Bastion
it.
will retrieve 2.
Yeah, like Joe's not doing a single point of damage to Bastion at this point. I mean, Joe can deliver the captive next turn, but
so he saves 1. That means he won't attack Luke.
No. I think he's going to go down in front of Ayla Sakura at this point.
Probably.
Like, she's the most vulnerable.
And she's immune to 5, and he knows where his 5 is. So, get rid of her. So, probably would have been better maybe to have the reacting dash in the middle.
I don't think you need it. Like, I mean, plus you got to think Bastion has a path at some point. Even though he's only got a 4-card hand,
I only mean that he stays in control of this battleground to retrieve 2 instead of 1 if he clears the side. But yeah, he has also 4-card in hand, so he can lose from hand and keep the differential high.
Yep. Well, like you said, though, he's going to retrieve it, so it's not that big of a loss. Plus, he hasn't used his walking retrieval. Okay, he loses Lando from hand and a barrier from the top. That's the biggest thing. He knows what his top destinies are. They're almost all 4s and 5s. Like, right now, Joe just wants to get Bastion down as much as he can to go to game 2. The fact that Joe's playing Dark Side, and it's going to be interesting to see what he plays for Light Side, because he's down by 21 right now in Life Force. Like, Bastion has 21 in Life Force to Joe's 14. Like, Joe hasn't put a lot of cards on the table, whereas Bastion has, but...
And that's a gangster too, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
So dash would have been nice.
That's what I was expecting. Cad Bane. You need a bounty hunter, though. That's the bigger issue.
But I'm pretty sure he knows where the 5 is. So
this is going to be interesting because if Bastion has a path, he could path Luke over. Okay, U3PO to cancel that drain at the Carbonate Chamber. But I was saying...
Luke over, gives up the drain. But if he gets control of the side, he will cancel the drain anyway. But then he can't retrieve.
What I'm saying is, if Bastion paths Luke over with only 1 card left, he could cancel that card. Joe wouldn't have Destiny. Bastion wouldn't lose anything. And Joe would lose at least 1 character there. And then you beat down on that 1 character.
That's a really nice point.
But Joe is in his battle. I mean, he's not going to be able to cancel Ayla Secura's immunity here because...
However, I think he lost one path. He could
He got it back,
it.
though.
Then one is on the top. One of his top 2 cards, top 3 cards is one path. We will see. Maybe he has the dodge again.
Yep, here we go. Battle.
But he won't get overflow, so it's not that.
Okay, Joe is going to retrieve 2. But here's what I'm saying. Okay, let's see if Bastion... Okay, so Joe does retrieve. He retrieves the Dengar with Blaster Carbine and P59. Let's see what Bastion does here. Oh, okay. Joe is asking for a revert. He wants to not retrieve.
No.
Bastion allows it. Okay. I mean, allowing for a revert like that isn't too bad. I mean, no information was gained either way. So, Bastion being a good sport there. But I think if you have the path, I don't think you path out of this battle. I think you path Luke over. Good point. I like that. Information that Joe expects to have a character left at the end of the battle is gained. No, you don't want to Din Djarin over. You want to move Luke over.
Why not Din Djarin? Then you can retrieve one.
You don't need to.
And draw 2. I mean, it's also an option.
True.
Dash is also an option. You can subtract then.
And I think that's what Bastion's thinking about right now is who do I want to move over to make Joe sweat
because
even more?
I want to have Luke there to drain for 3. So Dash would have been good.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, Bastion, okay. He's checking out his destiny.
I'm surprised Bastion doesn't know his destiny.
That was a little surprising.
Or he knows it.
Or he knows it and he wanted to...
Saw.
Yeah.
Didn't like what he knew.
I like this. Kenobi Star Wars CCG has said, "Congratulations, Europe. This match is over." Okay, takes the bottom card of his force pile.
So he checked what is in his force pile, but no, that's
no. He checked
crazy.
his reserve deck.
Yeah, but and then he knows what's in his force pile if he knows his deck.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he took the last card off with Ray, so. So, I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of options at this point. Yep, there's the 5.
Only one retrieval now for Bastion.
Yeah.
That was a good shuffle.
Bastion drew a 5 as well. It becomes a 6, so that's going to clear both those characters, I believe. I could be wrong, though. Yep. Yeah, Cad Bane's is 5, and Hondo's a 5. So, yeah. I mean, right there, that clears both, and all you're losing is Ayla Secura. And then you could path on your control phase or your activate.
Maybe that's the reason why he shuffled, because he knew it's a barrier on the top. And, yeah, he thought maybe he get rid of both.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I hate to say this if you're Team America, and I understand the bravado for Joe, but was Joe the correct choice to face Bastion?
I don't think you should question Joe because of one game.
I'm not, but...
Silence.
Who's the best choice to face Bastion? Oh, man.
Man, every captain should have nominated one not in the top 6. So, Team Israel could have nominated Dan.
Oh, please, no. You don't want me in there.
And we could have nominated Emil.
No.
It would have been fair.
Man. I don't know, like, knowing that Bastion can play almost any deck is rough. Okay, so Jim moves
the drain.
Yeah. I think Desai would have been...
It would have been a good choice, but not necessarily a better choice. You can't say Joe Olson's a bad was
no,
the wrong choice.
My biggest reason for going up against Joe is the fact that the dude was in the car for the last 5 days traveling from Jersey to Seattle.
And probably thought while driving 10 hours thinking about Star Wars or talking about Star Wars with Hayes.
I mean, it's not wrong, but what I'm saying is, like I said, like, you have Joe driving in the car for how long, and he's probably thinking Star Wars, but at the same time, he's mentally exhausted being cooped up in a car. And then he's just getting over COVID.
You have the right to your opinion.
So, I mean, I would have went with somebody who is a little more rested, but at the same time, I mean, this is Joe Olson. He is a 2-time world champ. He won the last 2. I mean, the last person to beat Bastion was Charlie. The last person to beat Bastion on Team USA was Paul Myers.
So beat Bastion in what? In an official game. I think Bastion...
the last person to beat Bastion...
Every top player loses on a regular basis, on a daily basis, because
time out. Brad Ayers saying Dan is rolling out the excuses already. Don't be a sore loser. I picked Team Europe to win this.
There is the Monarch.
Monarch and Darth Maul AI.
You can't play a game against Smash without the Monarch.
No, I wouldn't. There goes the Twilight Advisor off the top. So right now, Bastion, it's 19-11. Life Force wise, Joe is up by 1 by hand, but again, Bastion just retrieved 2.
And he can retrieve 1 with Wookling.
Yep. Yeah, okay. Bill had the right decision. Johnny Chu should make a comeback and be the one to play Bastion. The 2 greatest of all time. I'm not saying this match is over by a long shot, because I want to see what's played, what Bastion's playing for Darkside and what Joe is playing for Lightside.
So now we'll probably attack. There is another smuggler.
Yep, there's Elris Madoc going down onto the wild card, so that's 3 smugglers on there, so it's +3 to total battle destiny, plus the +1 from the ancient watering hole, so that's a +4. I will say the one person I wouldn't have picked is Jared. Jared's, you know what he's going to play. Prophet and Agents of Black Sun. Like, you're going to put him on both those decks. I mean, no.
There is Greedo.
Yeah, the Greedo coming down. That makes sense.
Now probably plugging Yoda from the sand effect. Yes.
Yep, takes a card off the sand effect. He takes the Yoda.
Only a 3 to power.
Still, I mean, that's still 20 to 15. Plus you're getting a total +4 to Battle Destiny. That's
and
8.
There is a celebration.
Yep.
Becomes a 9. And they're only a 2, so...
Yep, they're only a 2.
Nothing for Dark.
Yeah, down by 12. You got to lose Guri and the Stinger.
I wouldn't draw a single card here when I'm light. And if I get threatened, I would use my force ball pull to get a card I need.
Okay, so he loses Lady Proxima.
He loses from the reserves to finish the game.
He's scooping. Joe's cutting his losses at this point. He doesn't want Bastion
no
retrieve. Okay,
retrieval.
So 21 for Bastion.
That's exactly the differential I had in my when I won the first game against Napoleon in the third round, the game championship. I think even 16 lost Pal too.
So 6-33. Wow.
5-minute break.
So let's see what happens here. Yep, 5 minutes. I'm ready when you are for game 2. So it does look like we're going to take a 5-minute break, everybody. We'll come back right after our little break. So make sure you stay tuned to the to this, and we'll have game 2. Again, Team Europe is up 21 to on Life Force. So again, let's see what happens with game 2. So in this exciting conclusion to the Outrider Cup.
So are you staying on the stream for these 5 minutes or making...
Yeah, let's stay on the stream.
I need something to drink.
So we'll stick.
Give me one.
Okay,
give me 1 minute.
Timo will be right back. I'm going to stick around with everybody. So again, thanks for tuning in today. Again, this is that was game 1 of our Outrider Cup tiebreaker match. Again, against Joe Olson versus Bastion Winkelhaus. This game is brought to you by the Star Wars PC, the Star Wars Players Committee. For anything Star Wars CCG related, make sure you check out the PC website, Star Wars CCG PC. .org. I have not moved back to Pittsburgh yet. I'm still in California. Yeah. I haven't moved back yet. StarWarsCCG.org. Thank you. That is something I believe he made. It's been an interesting night/morning. But yeah, that was game 1. Bastion won that by 21, so we're going to have game 2 here in a moment. Timo Dussel is joining me on the call. Again, today we're going to have another episode of Holo Theater. Today's episode is just going to be a little brief one, so if you guys want to... it's going to be it's going to be a quick one, just recapping what's going on with the Star Wars world. Next week, however, Drew Lichtenstein, our NPC winner, will be joining me as our guest. I believe Mike Kessling's going to come on as the co-host. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to try and get Team Europe on, or Team America, depending on who wins game 1. Also, yes, the OCS starts up in February. So if you have not signed up for it, please do. It's a great event. It's going to be 6 months of Star Wars CCG action. I can't wait for that to start. I'm looking forward to playing. So, again, Timo Dussel is with us on this exciting game 2. We're going to have game 2 here in a second. Joe Olson versus Bastion.
Is the table already up? Or
the table is not set.
Okay.
Again, if you have gifted someone a subscription, let me know. Give me your name, your address, and everything via Slack, and you guys will get a surprise at some point this year. If you've given any subscriptions via Twitch today, believe Lenny Rubin gave one. Carl gave one. Bill Kafer gave one, and Ryan Saracen also gave a few. So, okay, we have a question in the chat for you, Timo. What is your uncut sheet?
That's a custom self-made sheet with the high resolution scans and my favorite non-virtual cards. And I put together only dark side, and I wanted to do a light side one too, but I haven't had the time yet. But it didn't take the time. I would have had the time probably.
Bill, I don't have a cat. Right now, that the box over there, that's not for a cat. That's for a rat. I currently have a pregnant female rat in the cage, in the box. Yeah, long story. That was my night last night.
Long story. Why she's pregnant?
Yeah.
Cat?
No.
Rat? Cat,
Well,
rat? What?
It's a cat. It's a rat. There's no cat. The rat, I found out last night she was pregnant. I thought she was a male for since I've had her. She's been housed with a male who has who's not neutered, and yeah, and I have a female pregnant rat I have to take care of.
So
Get her pregnant.
let's see the matchup. The game is
Okay,
up.
here we go. Game 2. Bastion on dark side. Joe
ISB
on light side.
versus-
ISB versus
the
Shmi
Wookiee?
Skywalker Hut. The non-virtual
Wookiee
one. Let the Wookiee win. So, Bastion going with the control. Joe going with a deck that he can cause a lot of damage.
So
Okay.
hopefully no spies.
Oh, yeah. That would be heartbreaking.
Your
Well,
thoughts dwell on your mother.
Okay, so yep, Joe going with your thoughts following your mother, side torque how fast, and Walkling. Bastion going with the standard Imperial Rest Order, Endor Shield, and Quat Drive Yards.
So with his light side, we tested against AOBS and Bring It Before Me.
Okay.
And with his dark side, we tested against Communing.
Okay. Okay, so Joe's going to play Return of the
I know how much
Jedi.
different it is.
Grabs Obi-Wan's hut. Okay, here we go. Bastion activates. There's the Death Star the Death Star docking bay. Death Star war room. Yeah, Bill saying in the chat that his read is that Darkseid wins this by 10, but unless there's an Ozzel beatdown, that could change things quickly. Yeah, I agree. What was that game that we saw? Was it ISB versus Communing? Jar Jar and
So
Jar Jar and
biggest
friends.
thing would be if he has if he can pull his bridge, because ISB is so bad activation at start that this +2 would really be beneficial.
Okay. Bastion using 2 to get his battleground system out. There's Kashyyyk.
Which is good for Target's order.
It is.
So no bridge. That's not good. Still at 7 force turn 2.
I mean, that's not terrible because you can.
Could be 9.
It could be 9, but yeah, having the bridge would be great. Joe not forgetting his aim high shield. That's a good first turn pull for him. Joe getting 7 next turn. Oh, excuse me. Ozzel not on the table, so we don't have to worry about a first turn Ozzel beatdown.
So if you're Joe, you probably want to go down very fast to start making damage,
Yeah.
because it's probably not a very interactive game here.
No. However, with the Saitor Cal Fast, that tells me that he's playing
Goes
Leia.
to move phase and to draw phase. So
Yeah.
Joe also Probably not the best start. I don't know what this deck's plays for activation. Probably also the...
We could see the Jedi Council Chamber.
yeah, that's what I meant.
We could see... yep, there's... now this is pod racing. That's going to pull a Skywalker Hut or the Nightclub. We could see the Nightclub. It is a 2-2
Nightclub
site.
is on Coruscant, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's also you could also cancel with Tarkin's order.
Yes.
If he deploys at his non-battleground, which is highly unlikely at first.
Well, let's see what Joe is going to grab with. Now this is pod racing. He's going to grab the Skywalker Hut. That's going to allow him to pull 3PO. And he draws another card. He's got 13 cards in hand. Bastion has 10 cards in hand.
But still, Bastion is only at 7 force. But he will get to at least 9 to pull a system.
Bastion doesn't... I don't think Bastion's going to really worry about...
So he waited for his Admiral pull until he activated because he wanted... He probably knew that one was in his force pile, so he knew he won't activate him, and now he can check his reserve deck.
Mm-hmm.
If the system is there.
Yeah, but I think if you're Bastion, you just want to go... You want to just take this, though, do your own thing. You don't want to worry about what Joe is doing, because when you're up by 21... Yeah.
There is Shiradu. Shiranu.
Shiranu.
I always say Shiradu.
I blame you've been hanging out with Paul Myers too much. Okay, there's the executive.
He still hasn't answered the polo. As I said, he needs a month when he lost the game.
Mara Jade and her ship is coming down.
Probably with Osel. Yeah, start making pressure, but still no bridge.
Not yet. Also coming down.
He has 2 force. He could pull another system.
Yes.
But
do we know
maybe there is only Naboo? You maybe don't want to give him the extra activation.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if he drains next turn, he would only be only there with 5 force left.
Okay, so he draws 2. He saves 0,
which would be really bad for Joe if he has Tantive in hand and kicks, and yeah.
I mean, if you're Bastion, you're immune to attrition less than, what, 5 up there, or 4? You're immune to attrition less than 4.
Only 4.
Yeah.
It's not big.
No, but, I mean, Ozzel has a forfeit value of 6.
He covers 6, yeah.
Okay, there's 2 more non-battlegrounds for Joe. Joe activating 14 next turn to Bastion's 8. He uses 2 force. There's 3PO.
Every card Joe Olson deploys is a lost card.
Yes.
It's as good as a drain to get him deployed to characters. No.
Yep, Bill points it out that right now we have the Oslo beatdown is on the table. So if Joe is able to come down, nope, he's going to move into his move phase, and he pulls Battle Plan.
And Bastion hasn't pulled a single shield yet. Not even a grabber.
That's a little surprising. You would think he'd at least pull a grabber to cause 1 point of force damage to Joe. But this is Bastion we're talking about. So.
He probably knew that he won't have the force to grab anyway. As long as there is no character, and as long as he doesn't want to fake a barrier or something like that, you don't need. There is no try also. Maybe he doesn't play as shield puller, so he wants to be very, conservative with his shield pulls.
Okay, there's the grabber from Bastion, and he is going to drain at Kashyyyk, causing 2 points of damage. Joe's going to lose Return of the Jedi from his hand.
That's good to get rid of.
And a Nabram leads off the top of his use pile. So losing the Nabram makes sense.
yeah, he doesn't need it because of Imperial Arrest Order, right?
Okay, they're going to battle round system for Bastion. Let's see what he grabs.
That's a Coke. That's no beer. I usually don't drink that much alcohol.
And there's Naboo. So you called it. There's an Imperial Decree Virtual. Return of a Jedi V. Whoever made that card was smart. Who made that card?
I want to see a bridge now. Still no bridge.
Original concept by Jared Napolitano. I hear Jared's an okay player. And Bastion is going to go into his draw phase. He is going to draw
Probably
a few cards.
not a really good start for both of them, but Joe Olson not deploying anything but searching for stuff is making me nervous that he might have, some surprises.
You got to think that Bastion has some sort of answer, like maybe a Imperial Command or something in his hand. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bastion pull his. There is no
no force
Tri-Shield
left, so if he has his draw their fire, there is no command.
Yes. Okay, there's a Death Squadron assignment, so allow him to pull a ship. There's the Avenger V. I think we have a. Do we have a virtual Captain Piet?
So he grabs the command.
So he placed command, and then, yeah, he grabbed it. So that's a little curious from Bastion. I mean, he had the command. Okay.
If you have a Tarkin's order and expect him not to play a lot of space...
Yeah, that's the thing.
It makes sense to let him grab that. And there is attentive.
Here we go. Also beat down time. Joe is going to make his move against Admiral Oswald. So that's why I'm a little curious as to see why Bastion played the command there. Yep, there's Hera and Anakin, so Joe's going to get 2 Destiny here. Padme as well, wow. Joe going hard up in space, and there's the sand effect.
He won't use that one with a +1, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe I think you use it.
Yeah, he loses it. He cracks the immunity anyway with the 2 attrition.
Yeah, he's got Padme up there.
But then you only draw 1, 2. So I don't know if you plug it.
I think you do, and my reasoning is you have Padme. You're going to get rid of Ozzel.
But it's good to get the 2 1s off your deck, right?
Yeah, he got Qui-Gon Jinn and Ahsoka off there, so I think you grab the Ahsoka off because she's a little bit better.
I don't think you grab anything off here.
I think that's what Joe's thinking about doing right now is grabbing a card. Whether or not to grab the card. Because he's getting the Destiny to attrition, so...
But he gets the +1 for each draw with his Skywalker. And probably won't lose much.
I don't know. Okay, so he doesn't take a card. There's a Sense and Recoil. So that's a 3, becomes a 4. Draws a 4, becomes a 5. So yeah, he's going to clear everything off that ship. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what Bastion draws, because if Bastion get rid of... Ooh, he draws a 2. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get rid of multiple characters. And a 4, so he's just going to get rid of Padme.
Padme. And 1 to attrition. Okay, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's not looking good for Bastion, because he has only 10 activation.
Yeah.
And he will eat drain in space and will not be that good on ground as Joe.
I don't know. I think Bastion... Okay, so he can't play any vehicles to the Kashyyyk site. So I think, yeah, you don't want to... Okay, there's a Simple Tricks and Nonsense from Joe. and he'll draw. Okay, so he lost Hera into the battle, so he won't get a second Battle Destiny up there regardless. And Command is on the grabber.
But that's probably his only space. We haven't seen Chewie or Solo, so he could also play Han Chewie and the Falcon.
He could, but I don't know if you would. Because, I mean,
the
there's the bridge. The only reason I wouldn't consider playing the Han Chewie and the Falcon is because the Chewie is good against the walkers, and you want the bowcaster against walkers. Gonna go out and get a docking bay as well. That's a good point. Now, Joe can just shuttle down his characters if he really needs to. And okay, so that's a good point. He throws down the spaceport docking bay to Kashyyyk, and he'll get out a system as well. So Bastion's getting a little bit more out there.
So if he goes, I would go to Kifix now, because the Attentive can't reach it, and you can drain there for 3. And he's already shield busted again, Joe, if he doesn't play any.
You gotta think he is. He's probably gonna play at least a Hear Me Baby Hold Together.
With Shiranui he can drain for 3, I meant. Not yet, because he can't deploy both. He doesn't have enough force.
Yeah, it would take the Tan of a couple turns to get over to Kifix.
Yeah. And that's why he goes there. It's risky. If Joe has another ship, he's screwed.
Maybe. Okay, he goes to deploy a captain onto the Avenger or an Imperial with armor. He pulls Captain Kirgi. Oh, that's a good one. Oh. So Kirgi is the one who comes down for 2. What's for during turn?
Now we have a game with 15 activation.
If at a battleground, may peek at the top card of opponent's reserve deck. If it's a character, reveal and they lose 1. If it's a rebel, it also goes to the use pile. He peeked no characters, so we don't know what it is. Okay, going to Joe's turn. He's getting 20 force next turn, 15 for Bastion.
20 force.
Yeah, I think Joe's going to drain and set up on the ground this turn. Let's see, Bastion loses Guri and a command. 2 cards he can't get back. Yep, there's Luke Skywalker, Rebel Scout, and his saber. So now Joe is threatening drains of 2 and 2 next turn. Yoda, Master of the Force, on the Tantive as a passenger.
Okay. As forfeit fodder. And makes his way to Kifix.
Making his way downtown. Now, I mean, the Avenger can't move to Kashyyyk next turn because it only has a hyperspace of 3. So it's going to take Bastion a couple turns to get over there. Again, and Joe is threatening drains of 2 and 2, though, still.
I'm wondering, Yoda, Master of the Force, the relocating has to work in space too, right? Once per game during movers may relocate to a battleground site, but there is not in the text from a site to a site.
So I'm not sure. If the chat can let us know.
I haven't seen this before, but it has to work.
Yeah. Captain Kirgi, again, checking out Joe's top card. Giving Sebastian some information. Yeah, if the chat can let us know, does Yoda, Master of the Force, work in space?
I think it has to be. It has to work.
Yeah, I think if you're Bastion, you still want to drain. You're draining for 2 next turn or this turn, so
Yeah, you have to drain. You have to get him down,
yeah.
and then maybe deploy another ship to Kashyyyk with Shiranu to say, go to Kashyyyk again or chase my Kifix.
Look in SLA. Look in SLA. Is that Slack, Jared? Oh. Okay. Thank you.
So, does it work or not?
Okay, that's cool. Okay, there's the drain. Agent Callus coming down. Drain of 2. Now this is pod racing and a leadership go lost. Bastion takes Captain Jonas into hand. Uh-oh. Are we seeing some Ryan Jelson tech up in here? Bastion goes to deploy another docking bay. He does miss on the pool. There's his there is no try shield.
Also no golden rod for Joe Olson. So if he has a Blizzard 4, he could actually, if there is no perimeter scan.
And another shield for Bastion. He places an impressive enforcement shield. Goes to pull another ship. Or he pulls... or he gets another card.
With Imperial Arrest Order to know which ship he wants to pull.
Pulls the Vengeance V. So I'm assuming he's going to go down to Kashyyyk here this turn. Yep, there's the Vengeance going down.
So it's good that he hold off with his... how is he called now? Shiranu. Because if he moves to Kifix, he deploys Shiranu to Kashyyyk, gets a drain of 3 for 1 turn. If he doesn't get resistant out. If he runs back to Kashyyyk, he deploys him to Kifix. Gets at least 1 drain of 3 there.
Okay, Bastion draws the last card. Joe's going to cycle some use interrupts in his deck. Joe sitting at 25 in life force. 11 cards in hand, so...
Still not optimal for Bastion. He probably will lose this game. The question is, does he get him down to 20?
Sitting at 67 people in the chat. That's great. Okay, drain of 2 and Naboo for Joe. Bastion thinking about what he wants to lose here. He's going to lose Death Squadron assignment and Tarkin V from his hand. There's a drain of 2 at the forest depths. Again, it's
oh man, he did put it in. I said
Tarkin's orders.
I said after the test, there is no deck for me without Tarkin's order, especially since he plays Naboo, he plays Kashyyyk. That's probably the only sides which will be on table. So
and Joe can't grab it. So Imperial Command is on the grabber for Joe. The Tarkin's order goes to the use pile. Joe recollects himself and uses 3PO this turn. Still got 22 cards in his force pile, though, so he's going to have a lot to work with this turn. I think if you're Joe, you want to spread out and try and do as much damage as you can.
Yeah. But if he spreads Joe out too much, Bastion can come down on ground and establish on ground. And if he has... So he moves back to Kashyyyk.
Yeah, you don't want to face...
You don't want to face, not because of the characters, but you don't want to face your Tarkin's order again.
Yeah.
But Bastion lost Okay, it doesn't need Tarkin because he has the sand effect anyway, so Tarkin won't work in space if he
No, I
blocks.
mean, Tarkin's good because he re-ups your hand if you have a low hand.
It's not
So there's that. And yeah, you said it. I mean, he could use the Tarkin against the Padme because you can cancel any Destiny with Tarkin.
is it any Destiny or is it a weapon or battle Destiny?
It's any. Like, you can cancel a Bright Hope Destiny
Ah,
with
yeah,
Tarkin.
that's right. That's right.
There's Captain Kirgi as well for Bastion, so he's looking at the top card. Joe's sitting at 21 right now in his life force.
But 15 on hand, so that he has a lot of things to recycle in hand probably, and he can lose from hand, and he has the Wokling retrieval. So
There's a drain of 2 at Kifix. There goes Boss Nash Chamber and a Speak with the Jedi Council from his hand.
but Bastion could invade the chamber.
Yeah, he could. I think the better move is to go down to the docking bay, as the chat pointed out. Okay, Admiral Shirinu hops onto the Avenger. I mean, he's only got one ISB agent on the table right now. So I think he's going to wait to establish at the docking bay, but he's going to want to establish at the docking bay, and try to hold the docking bay as much as he can.
Don't think it was that good for him to play the docking bay, because now it's very easy for him to get to 3 battlegrounds for Joe.
Yeah, I would have seen the docking bay maybe at Naboo or Kifix versus Kashyyyk. But, I mean, with the docking bay there, if he can establish a presence at the docking bay, like, say, with Blizzard 2 and a couple ISB agents, it would reduce the drain at the site and at the system.
But if it's at Kashyyyk, if he established at his docking bay, he will reduce, yeah, what you said.
Okay. Colonel Wolf-Yularen comes down. Bastion will activate 2 more cards. He's got 2 ISB agents on the table right now.
How many does he need?
4. Yeah, Shirinu and Kirgi are both not ISB agents. Okay, this is game 2 of our Outrider Cup coverage. This is the grand finale of it. Both Team USA and Europe are tied. So whoever wins this entire match will take home the cup. Bastion is currently sitting up 21 in life total. So if he wins this game or loses by less than 21, Team Europe will become victorious and win the second ever Outrider Cup. If Joe is able to make a comeback and win this game by 22 or more, Team Europe or Team America will win their second straight Outrider Cup. Okay, Bastion is drawing some cards. Got 1 card left in his life or in his force pile. Thrawn is on the Vengeance with Colonel Wolf-Yularen. So, again, Bastion only has 2 ISB agents on the table. He's got 2 in his lost pile, though. One thing that Joe has going for him right now is the fact that he does not have to pay to drain, and he's draining for 4 this turn. But yes, Joe Olson is currently shield busted.
What could be the plan? He has to block 1 drain. So Bastion could have the lateral damage.
Yeah, I think that's what it's down to. Is Bastion's going to wait until he's ready to strike, essentially, up in space. Okay, he loses I Can't Shake Him V from his hand, and he also loses Imperial Command from his hand. He'll lose Captain Jonas off the top of his deck, and the Stalker V.
Good.
So I think, yeah, Bastion's going to wait until he gets something like... If he can get like a lateral damage and Overwhelmed, that would just really hurt Joe. Because then Joe would have to find his Tanov, find all the pieces he has on it.
Yeah, but Bastion can't draw very much every turn if he has to pay to drain every time.
I mean, right now he's draining for 3 at Kipfix and 3. So I think if you're paying to drain 6 for 6, I mean, that's not too bad if you're Bastion. But like you said, he has to drain. Okay, Jin Urso going down to the Blockade flagship. It is only a drain of 1 there, but that's probably the best site for him to go to. Lando Calrissian going down to the Spaceport docking bay as well. So Joe is putting some pressure on Bastion at this point. And down by 21, he has to do that. I think Joe is realizing that he's not going to win this game by battling. Okay, he moves the Tana over and draws a few cards. Oh, you're right. Yeah, he can't overwhelm because Yoda's there, so... Now I feel like a dum-dum. But yeah, still, a Tana, a lateral damage would be pretty bad. But, I mean, you're still getting a Destiny to attrition, and you're probably going to take a card off the Sand Effect, so Thrawn doesn't get his second Destiny. And like I said, you're getting a Destiny to attrition, so it's not terrible if you're Joe. Okay, let's see. We go into Bastion's turn. He's going to drain.
Now I feel like a dum-dum too because I don't get why he can't overwhelm with Yoda.
The card says Overwhelm says you can't do it unless if there's a Starship weapon or a Jedi there.
Yeah, okay.
Drain of 3. There goes Luke Skywalker from Joe's hand. A Grimtosh as well.
So what would you do? Go down with one guy to the bridge and then pluck your degree to draw Destiny, maybe?
I think if you have a Walker, I would go down against Lando and maybe play a trample to get rid of Lando. I wouldn't battle. If you can set up for battle plan and the -1 with the damage at Kashyyyk, that's what I would go for. Because then you're still
retrieve with Lando.
No, I'm saying don't. If you can trample Lando this turn, that would be great.
Trample, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's you do run the risk of the run Luke run.
You can try to beat Jyn Erso down, but then you have your guys at a non-battleground site.
But I think the right thing for Bastion to do is he's currently draining for 3. I think you want to just keep going on. You don't care if you win this game if you're Bastion. You're not trying to win. You're trying to lose by less than 21. Okay, there's Tarkin V. So that's 3 ISB agents. He does draw a card from off the top of his reserve deck. Bastion checking out his Destiny with his Imperial Rest Order. He does not hit on a docking bay, so he's just checking out his Destiny. But yeah, like I was saying, if you're Bastion, you just want to keep going on. Drain for 3, get Joe under 21. Yeah, in 4 turns, Joe's at under the threshold. I'm not 100% sure, Bill. I would ask Team America. I'm assuming that they built this deck together. I mean, you could go down against Jyn or Lando to decrease some of the damage. But, I mean, they're both only drains of 1. The biggest issue is that drain of 2 up in space.
could stay there. You won't get rid of all your guys. If you have another ship to Kashyyyk, then you get 2 drains in next turn.
What you could do is... Okay, here we go. Blizzard 4 going down in front of Lando. I was about to say what you could do is move the Avenger over, ship dock like Tarkin and Thrawn.
Like Wait, it would have been nice. Cancel the game text.
Yeah.
But there is also the possibility of a run, Luke, run.
Yes, but I don't think you're going to battle if you're Bastion. No, maybe not. I'm not sure. Captain Goddard, he's good against Landing Claw. He's not an ISB agent, though, so Bastion won't flip.
But he's forfeit. Yeah, 5, that's...
Corporal Vandalay coming down, and there's the flip for Bastion. So now Tarkin is online with 2 Destiny from Thrawn. So the big issue, the big thing here is, oh, I love this play. So Bastion's going to take Colonel Wolf-Yularen back into his hand, redeploy him for 2, and then activate 3.
Probably to his Blizzard.
Yep.
But there can be a Leia's Blaster.
That's the big thing. Yeah, you don't want to battle because Joe would retrieve a card. I agree, Bill.
You could fly over and shuttle some guys down. You could shuttle Tarkin down to cancel Weapon Destiny.
Yes.
If he's with 2 ISB agents, so you have to shuttle down 2 guys.
You have to shuttle down Tarkin V and Vandalay. Okay, so now Tarkin V is with... Okay, no, I like this a little bit better because now Tarkin is there with 2 ISB agents. And you're getting multiple Destinies there. You're getting 3 Destinies, so you know that Joe's going to take a card off the sand effect if he wants to battle. I don't think he's going to want to battle this, though. No, he's just... So, MHT, I believe he does work.
I think
he doesn't have to be present. He just has to be with.
I think he's right. I think MHT is right. I can remember in one game against Paul Myers, a private game, where he realized it too late that it doesn't work.
Are you sure?
I think he has to be present with 2 guys.
Okay, yeah, it does say present, so you're right.
So maybe that's an unsuspected...
However,
I mean,
don't know if Catalyst is there. I don't think you're really worried about that. You're not going to battle into this if you're Joe because Bastion would be getting 3 Destiny.
Yeah, you block 1, but he can't cancel the 2 attrition. That's the tricky part. So he would have loved to cancel the Destiny 2 attrition probably.
Yeah.
But he won't attack anyway, so...
No. Okay, drain of 1 at the site. So there goes Captain Jonas.
Oh, no.
And there goes the lateral damage. Joe's not going to attack. You don't really need it.
And Joe has to get rid of the ground there.
That's the path. If you're Joe, you want to focus on the ground because that's where Bastion's the weakest. Yeah, Ahsoka and Qui-Gon Jinn are both on the sand effect. Okay, BB-8 going down in front of the Blizzard Walker. I mean, both those guys, I believe, have a lot of forfeit. Wolf-Yularen is forfeit 7. Goddard is forfeit 6 or 5. So that's 12 right there, 17.
The biggest question is if Joe can get his layer and the gun.
Yeah.
But also he draws 2 destiny. He gets +1 to the total. So how much does he have to crack? 7.
Well, it's 7. It's 12 right there.
12.
So 17.
12. Okay.
Okay, Rose coming down, so that's going to be some retrieval. I think if you're Bastion, you trample the Rose. If you have trample, you trample the Rose.
If you have it.
Yeah.
We probably would have seen it for Lando though.
Okay, so he does initiate a battle.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
If it's a 5, he is at 13. And it's a 6.
Oh. So 13, 25 to 8, down by 17. They cover. Or no, they cover +1, so yeah, they're going to cover. He draws a 5, so it's going to be Lando. Because you want to keep Rose and BB-8 with Ray. So Lando's going to go lost, and Bastion has to give up everything there.
No escape would be nice.
Yeah. But like I said, I think if you're Bastion, you just keep going on, going on. Joe's going to move the Tanev away. You're going to drain him for 3 at Naboo because Joe's shield broken. Joe's sitting at 18 in life force. 8 in hand, so he's at 26. You need to get him at 20, so 3 turns. And then you just draw up. Oh no, 4 turns because of the walkling. So no, I will say that was a really good turn by Joe. You got Bastion off the ground. He is separated, but the fact that Bastion can maybe loop around that Tarkin's order, cancel the drain at the one Kashyyyk site, that's going to be really big for Bastion. Yes, Joe does have his Walkling, so okay, it looks like he's going to use Walkling right here. Yep, he's going to put it out of play to retrieve Lando. Ooh, an imbalanced combo from Bastion. Joe's going to lose Sorry About the Mess from his hand.
I almost forgot that I'm on stream. I'm so quiet.
You're just more focused on watching this. Like you're just mentally rooting for Bastion.
I'm calculating. So.
I mean, Bastion's
going to cards in hand. That's a little bit tricky.
It's not really because, like I said, he's going to drain for 3 here. Joe's going to lose from his hand. So
yeah, but Joe retrieves. He had the Leia's Blast, but probably not Leia.
Yep, there goes the Leia's Blast Rifle. Sorry About the Mess combo, both from his hand.
So what could he do? He could move over to Kashyyyk and shuttle a bunch of stuff down.
I wouldn't even go to ground. Just keep. You're going to keep draining for 3 and 3.
Why not? He probably has no other ship, so he needs 2 turns until he reaches Kashyyyk.
That's what I'm saying. You want to move to Kashyyyk. You just want to move your guys around on the ship so that you have your ISB agents at Naboo, and then you want to go over to Kashyyyk
and shuttle down.
No, you don't want to shuttle.
Sure, you want.
Why?
So to block 1 drain, for
BB-8 9E that gets around Rose and BB-8. Now Joe can't retrieve.
And can ping.
Nope. So you just move your guys around, put them at Kashyyyk, put them at Naboo, and that's
now
it.
you're right with BB with
No,
BB9.
it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, you move your ISB agents all onto one ship. You move the rest over to Kashyyyk, and you just pass turn over to Joe. You keep your life force up. You keep draining for 6 each turn, and that's it. Joe can't retrieve now.
You can only drain for 3 now because Joe will get moved back to Naboo because he's not that afraid of one ship proper. Oh, he blocks the drain. Nice.
Yeah. Joe's not going to battle into that because Callus, Vandalay, Tarkin, and Thrawn are all up there. That's 3 Destiny from Bastion, and he's canceling a Destiny.
Yeah.
The Vengeance is up there.
Because...
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think this game is over. I am not happy. I'm just happy that, first of all, they're really good games. Like,
really good games, yeah. And Joe will probably win this game.
Yeah, Joe would win this game. I believe Joe would win this game because he's out damaging Bastion by, let's see, it's 2, 3, 4 right now to Bastion's 3. The biggest difference is Bastion would retrieve 1 with his objective, so, I mean, the damage is still even. But the biggest difference is that Bastion has to pay for his drains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bolt only works at a site. So, and Bastion's not going to put the droid at a site, so. Actually, let me see something. So, okay. Captain Kirgy is a leader, so the droid works with the leader. Wow. Yeah, that little droid is annoying.
I remember when I played my TTO against Hayes, and I watched back the stream after the game, and they were curious about my BB9 because of that. Oh, I can't put him elsewhere. And I thought myself when watching back, I won't put him on ground. I will put him in a shuttle with my leader.
Yeah. And
he will work on the ground. Because restraining bolt, everybody would run a restraining bolt if you have to put him at the side.
Yep. Yeah, you just put the droid up in space and you just say that's why I think, I hate to say this, but I think that droid should be on the ground. I think that D&D...
At this point, Bastion could... No, if he has to be on the ground, then again, it's no answer against Doomstacking, because you have to put him with a leader, and you can't put a single leader against a Doomstack. So I think it's totally fine that he works on a space. Maybe he has got his targets ordered by now?
You gotta think he does. Yeah.
Would be nice to cancel the drain of Luke.
Okay, Bastion will retrieve your Lauren. Yeah, no, I'm saying that I think that the droids should be errated already to be so that he only works on he can't work on space. Because being able to do this situation and have no answers for the droid on the ship is bad. It creates
don't having an answer for Rose and
oh no, I'm saying that the answer is fine. But I'm saying the answer is fine, but having him work up in space like this is not. Like, BB-8 has to work on the ground. Oh! Okay, timeout. We have an answer from our resident GEMP expert. BB-9E does have to be on the ground. It's a bug working from the system.
There is nothing in his game text which says that he has to be on the ground. He has to be with a leader.
Yeah, same in related sites. So,
yeah.
Adam.
So as far as the game text, it's not a bug. It's just how it's.
Yeah.
He is present with the leader, and the leader is in the ship with him.
Yeah.
So he has to be reworded if it's meant to be another way. I think that's because everybody plays him, because everybody thinks he works in space.
Adam says, yes, the entry for the same and related sites in the AR says he has to be at the site. So, Oof. Adam, do you want to go into the game right now and say that? Oh my god.
What does it he wouldn't even be in the deck.
He wouldn't be in the deck. Yeah.
If Ashton would have known that.
No, he oh man.
So,
oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter this game, but I mean, it is a big kind of.
no, it
deal.
doesn't matter, but it would be nice to know, because if it has to be an announcement if it
Yeah.
that you don't have to use him in OCS games if it's not meant to be that way, or it has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Kenobi says Timo versus Desai for the actual tiebreaker. I'm actually having 3 Desai games in my last 2 days, and I'm 3-0 against him. So,
Wait, who said
if
that?
that counts.
Oh, Brad Iyer. Yeah. James said is in the chat. Same and related site cards using this phrase must be at a site to utilize the associated game text. See related location. Oh, okay. If BB8 works, nope. Game text canceled. Game text canceled from BB9E.
So what, did he work?
No, BB8 says his game text is canceled. Rose, game text is canceled. That's kind of awkward.
But it doesn't matter. So if he would have been down to 13. He gets him down to.
I
get at
think
least
it actually. I think it's going to kind of matter because that's 2-4. That's a 2-4 swing in
But he can
Joe's
make him
favor.
used. But he can make him used. Then he probably would have had another card. Yeah, it's not optimal, but Jojo says GG. And Europe wins. Nice games.
Joe
Nice
concedes.
games.
Europe wins. Our second
The
Outrider
first game
Cup.
has to be really frustrating
I mean,
for Dark.
So,
The second, though, is probably really frustrating for Bastion with this bad start.
Part of me feels bad because I feel like that game text does come into play here. Like mathematically, it kind of does. But I will say this: after that first game, like Bastion put the screws to Joe really hard with that first game. Like that was a amazing first game by Bastion. Yeah, so okay, congratulations Team Europe. Timo, let me be the first to say congratulations to you, sir, for winning it and being a part of the 2021 Outrider Cup team. Thanks to everybody for watching. We've had up to at least 70 viewers today. That's exciting.
And I have to
all
say,
around
this
great
format
tournament.
with only one deck, and you have to lock the decks in, then you get your opponent. It has been really great. As a part of Team Europe, I have to say it was good for the communication in the group to talk strategy against the decks, because you knew the deck, but don't know the specifics of the deck.
True.
What they play, and I think really great format. I enjoyed playing in it.
Yeah, it was a great tournament. It has been a wonder to do the streams and everything. I want to thank everybody who has streamed the matches, everybody for participating in it, everybody for putting it together. It has been a great time. 74 people on.
And we got the tiebreaker. We got the tie. How do you call it? If in a concert you want to hear another another song or another piece. How you call it in America? We say Zugabe. We got a Zugabe. But how you say it in America?
Encore.
Encore?
Yeah.
That's an additional piece at the end of the concert?
Yep.
Okay.
So, again, congratulations to Team Europe on your victory. Again, thanks to everybody for watching. It has been a joy to watch this today. Again, make sure you tune into Hollow Theater tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll go over a lot that's been going on in the Star Wars CCG world. Until then, take care. Again, that was Timo Dussel on the call with me. And as always, I am Dan Tartaglione. Take care and have a good day, everybody.
Bye.